What up, Browns fans? I just watched a 5-minute clip of Jimmy Haslam's locker room post-game press conference, and I have to analyze. I have to go through this. It takes 5 minutes, and you have to hear this delusional man who thinks that he's going to actually turn this team around after 5 years of not being able to do it. He's and going 0-16, 1-31 in the last 2 years. He still thinks he can turn it around. Just let's see how this goes. Let's see what we can do here. Jimmy Haslam, our owner.
A lot to say. I remember standing approximately here last year and apologizing to our fans.
And guess what you're doing this year? You're standing here apologizing to your fans again.
Poor job we have done as owners, and I would just reiterate that again. Our record
First of all, there ain't no we as owners. You're the owner.
is unacceptable, and we accept
You goddamn right it's unacceptable.
full responsibility for that.
Okay, you get full responsibility for that. Blah blah blah. It's the same shit you said last year. It's the same fucking shit you said the year before that. At what point do you have to look at yourself in the mirror, Mr. Haslam, and go, you know what? Maybe it's me.
I think that I need to say this, but the way the world works today, I want to say this: Hugh Jackson will be back as our coach next year.
0-16, 1-15, 1-31. He'll be back as our coach next year. The guy does not know how to win.
In 2018, he and John are already off to a good start, and we're
Already off to a good start. 0-16. He just said they're off to a good start.
well together, and there weren't a lot of positives today, except that we also secured the number 4 draft pick. So we're second.
Woo! Number 4 too, baby. They'll blow it on some defensive end that ain't worth a shit.
To see what John can do with the draft picks we've accumulated, as well as what we do in free agency. I heard Hugh's remarks. I don't know that I have a lot to say to that. So we've got a long way to go, a lot of work to do, and anxious to get after it.
Jimmy, why bring back a coach who's 1-31?
Yeah, I think, Pat, that you could say a lot of things about us this year, but down to the last minute or 2 minutes, our guys played hard. And I think the primary job an NFL coach has to do is provide leadership. I think Hugh's provided great leadership.
That is a huge statement he just made. He thinks the primary job of an NFL coach is to provide leadership. You gotta win. Your job is not leadership. Your job's to win football games. That's my opinion. Just throwing it out there.
I'd say it's been uneven. Listen, Terry, none of us thought. I don't think anybody predicted 0-16, so that was disappointing.
I did.
So I think the progress has been uneven. I think we got the ability or the opportunity to move substantially forward in this offseason for next year, and that's what we got to do. I mean, it's one thing talk's cheap, so it's one thing we're going to say it. We got to go do it.
And you've been saying it for 5 years. So as a lifelong fan, 47, almost 48 years, my case, you haven't been successful in 5 years. 5 years is plenty of time to get this team on the right track. Jacksonville in the playoffs, they have stunk for years. The Rams have stunk for years in the playoffs. It really doesn't take that long. Everybody thinks this whole thing's going to take 5 years. No, it don't. You get a goddamn quarterback, you're going to win games. Period. I don't care. Period. You will win games. This clown. Here we go.
When you discussed the job with John Dorsey, was bringing Hugh Jackson back a prerequisite, or how did that go?
John had a lot of respect for Hugh. The two did not really know each other, but John had a lot of respect for Hugh. Hugh had a lot of respect for John, and John understood he was going to be our head coach.
What I'm asking is, when you talked to John Dorsey,
It was never, the conversation was never that way. I told him that he was going to be our head coach. There was not a lot of debate going back and forth.
So he basically told Dorsey, when he hired him that Hughes the head coach no matter what. Well, here's 0-16. Here's matter what now. And he's going to be the coach. Dorsey has no say-so.
Throughout the team, the message has been very clear, year in and year out. We're going to turn this thing around. 5 years into it, the franchise now is historically bad by NFL league standards.
Historically bad.
So confident that
Yeah.
Jackson is going to be able to get this thing.
Great question.
Well, if you go back 2 years ago, I think Hugh was one of the hottest assistant coaches out there, right? And I don't think Hugh's lost his magic on how to call plays or how to run an offense or how to coach a team. And I think it's our job, John and his group, to get the players to do so, okay? And I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but I'm confident we'll do this. And some of you don't know us that well. We do not give up easily. We're not going to give up. Is it disappointing? Hell yeah, it's disappointing. Is it discouraging? To a certain point, but we're going to get this done.
Okay, he just said Hugh Jackson was one of the hottest assistant coaches out there when they hired him, which is true. And I made a Facebook post about that the other day where when we first hired Hugh, everybody, every goddamn person affiliated with football, everybody loved it. This is the greatest, this is their best coach since they've been back. Wrong. He's not. Hugh hasn't lost his ability to coach and call a game and draw up an offense. Once again, Jimmy, I don't know if you know how this translates, but when you go 0-16, Bud, your offense isn't very good, and he's not calling a good game. He's not coaching a good game. There's way too many penalties, which he didn't address. They don't even know how to line up on their side of the ball. They don't even know how to line up. That's your coach. He's not paying attention to that. That's coaching. Those are things that cost you games. Ball security. Those are things that cost you games. Yes, I know our roster is young and not very talented right now. I get that. I get it. We were in a lot of games we could have won that were we lost by less than a touchdown. It's not completely the roster. We could have won a couple of games this year with this roster. We have had worse rosters and won 3 and 4 games. We have. You think Brandon Whedon was that fucking great? No. Remember Jason Campbell? Remember that guy? Remember who was the not Detmer, but Jake Delhomme? Remember him? He won games. You guys forget about you remember that shit? Those teams weren't any better than this team. And this team wasn't any worse than those teams. It's about the coaching and ownership. That's why we're losing. That's why we can't get good players. That's why you got college kids that don't want to come to Cleveland because of these clowns right here. This clown right here telling you he's one of the hottest assistants that there was, and he certainly hasn't lost his ability to coach. He's 0-16. Well, he can still coach. I mean, well, hell, I can coach. I can stand there with my giant goddamn playbook sprawled out and stand there and stare. Oh, let's see what we're going to and look like a coach. I can do that. He has no clue, people. Jimmy Haslam has no clue what he's doing. If you listen to him speak, he has no idea.
What are some examples of what you've seen that indicate to you that the new GM and your head coach are getting along well and work together?
Well, I work with them every day. I mean, I sit with them every day. I mean, I see them going back and forth. I see them talking. I know they're in each other's offices constantly. I mean, 2 meetings a week with them where...
Talking about Haslam or Dorsey and Jackson getting along.
So they are working extremely well together. There'll be give and take as we approach the draft, as there always is. But they're 2 football guys. They got good football knowledge, good football background. They're off to a good start.
He said it, they're off to a good start. Yes, you are, buddy. You're off to a good start.
That's Hugh's call.
Jimmy, there's been hypothetical. This is hypothetical. But he's put out there so many.
This is sad. This man don't have a clue.
Offering to trade for your coach
we're delighted to have you, Jackson, as our head coach.
I don't think we are, Jimmy. You might be delighted, but don't say where, because I see a hell of a lot of people on Twitter and Facebook. They don't want Hugh. They want him to jump in the lake bad and maybe swim back to Cincinnati or wherever he come from. I mean, this guy's it's scary. This team's not going to be good for a long time, folks, with this owner. Bring back Randy Lerner. Randy Lerner was twice the owner this guy is. Randy Lerner could win. We weren't shit with Randy Lerner, but we never went 0-16. This clown doesn't know what he's doing. It's just indescribable that the NFL lets this guy own this team. It's unbelievable. He has no idea what he's doing. He's a redneck hick from Tennessee. He just wants to have a football team under his belt to be one of the good old boys in the NFL. And look at you. You're a goddamn embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to the NFL. You're an embarrassment to the Cleveland Browns organization and the fans. You're an embarrassment to your other company. You're under investigation for fraud with your stupid truck stop crap. You can't even run a truck stop, son. A few more minutes left.
Tony, I don't know where that would come from. I mean, that really aggravates me. Nothing could be further from the truth. Our commitment to the community and the team, our execution might not be very good, and I'll take all the grief for that.
Tony said something about Tony. That's one of his brilliant Tony Grossi questions. Just ignore him. Grossi's as dumb as Haslam.
Jimmy, was the roster, and it's just a moment ago, was the roster too young?
It's tough to win with this many young.
He doesn't know, folks, if the roster. He doesn't know any shit about football.
Jimmy, it seems like a lot of the fans the last 2 years is a personnel failure, not a coaching failure at all.
But I think it's all the above. Ownership, personnel, coaching. We can all do better, okay? And I don't think there's anybody that would tell you.
Well, when are you going to do better?
Do a hell of a lot better.
Jimmy, it seems like a lot of fans don't want to see you come back.
Here we go.
Sell in when you're coming out 40-31.
I'll say what I've always say. I think we have the best fans in the NFL, and when we win, Hugh Jackson will be their hero. I'm convinced of that. It's all about winning and losing, and until we start winning, we're going to catch a lot of grief, and we deserve it.
But, son, what you don't understand, what you're not getting, is you're not winning. Hugh Jackson's not going to be our hero. You're not going to be our hero. You're not winning. You haven't proven that yet as an owner that you know how to win. You haven't proven that. And you want to sit here and feed me another shovel, another big pile of this horse shit in the Browns fans' face for another goddamn year. Another year we've heard the same shit every year. Same shit from all you damn owners and coaches. It's just another round, just around and around we go. Round and around we go. Round and around we go. When you appointed Sashi Brown, you fucked up tremendously. It was a huge screw up. Huge screw up. By not drafting Deshaun Watson was a huge mistake. There was your quarterback right there. I sat here on my couch with my nephew watching the draft. We were screaming at the goddamn draft Watson, draft Watson, draft Watson. All the guy has done is won. National championship. Beat Alabama. Beat Ohio State. He's beaten great teams, good teams. He's been there. What has Deshaun Kaiser done? Absolutely nothing. Deshaun Kaiser is a nice young man and a good kid. I'm not going to be hard on this kid. He was put in a really tough spot. For all you assholes out there screaming, cussing him out, you're a piece of shit. Kaiser is a young kid, 21-year-old kid trying to find his way on a team. He's on a piece of wood in the middle of the ocean, floating like this, because that's where the Browns. He's trying to find his way. He's trying to find it, and he's got nothing around him to help him. He's got nobody to help him. There's no leadership. There's a coach that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. There's an owner that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. and your two big stars on your team, Jamie Collins on defense, Joe Thomas on offense. Those are our two best players aside from Duke Johnson, who needs to start hanging on to the goddamn football a little bit more. Ridiculous. Same old shit every year. They're not going to fix it. Haslam can't fix this. They're not going to. I have no faith whatsoever that they're going to fix this. It's an easy fix. You just got to find a quarterback, but they don't know how to do it. All the Browns have done is they made the Philadelphia Eagles a Super Bowl contender. They're a Super Bowl contender, not just a playoff team. That goddamn Philadelphia team probably is going to win the Super Bowl in a couple years. Not this year, obviously, with him being hurt. Wentz getting hurt late in the year, but he looks pretty damn good, don't he? I think he does. Deshaun Watson was really starting to come in his own down there in Houston until he got hurt in practice. All we did, when we did that was the worst mistake. When we took Brock Osweiler, all we did, we relieved them of all that money, and then we turned around and gave them their fucking franchise quarterback, something that we needed for years. Incompetence. They're incompetent. You can't win. You can't be a successful franchise when you've got incompetence. Right there. Did you see that? I was trying to show you Jimmy Haslam. Anyhow, you know what he looks like. Incompetence. Going to be a long off-season, Browns fans. Everybody's already talking about the draft. You might want to don't even worry about the goddamn draft. They'll fuck it up. There's no quarterback worth the number 1 overall pick. Stop with the Darnold shit. You saw Darnold. He couldn't even beat Ohio State. Okay, or even be competitive. I mean, he really wasn't even competitive against Ohio State. Granted, we got a great defensive line, but to be a number 1 overall pick, son, you got to come out there and light it up. A la Deshaun Watson, like he did last year. There's your number 1 overall pick. But we gave him to Houston, and we took Deshaun Kaiser. No faith. I don't think they can get this turned around. I don't think they know what they're doing. There's not a quarterback I see right now. At this point, it's December 31st, New Year's Eve. I don't see a quarterback coming out that's going to be worthy of the number 1 overall pick. Just ain't there. Rosen doesn't want to come here. Fine. Don't fuck with him. Let him go. The only thing I can tell you to do, I would, to be honest, I would back a Brinks truck up to Kirk Cousins' house and start shoveling huge piles of money and beg him on your hands and knees to come to Cleveland. No, he's not Tom Brady. He's not Aaron Rodgers. He's not Ben Roethlisberger. But he's a hell of a lot better than what we've got right now. And he could surely help this. We could win some games with that quarterback. We could win some games with Kirk Cousins. I promise you we can. He's a winner. He's proven a winner. I'd back the goddamn Brinks truck. I'd make him the highest paid quarterback in the league. Why not? You're paying Brock Osweiler. You paid him $16 million to come there and stand on the sidelines. Why not? How much did you pay Brett when he brought him in? Paid like $9-10 million. You dumped $26 million, almost $30 million on 2 guys that didn't even play. Might as well dump it on somebody that can play, right? It's my thinking. But I don't know. Until this team gets a quarterback, they're not going to win. That's just the way it is. I don't care about offensive line. I don't care about wide receivers. Good quarterback could be that's the difference in the game right there. You got to be able to get the ball to the receivers. And I know Coleman dropped that pass today. He's a bust. They shouldn't have drafted him. Again, that's old Sashi Brown. Oh, Sashi. That's your number 1. That's your first round pick from last year or whatever, 2 years ago. Broke his hand last year, broke his hand again this year. He'll break his hand next year too. I've never seen a wide receiver break his hand, let alone 2 years in a row. Crazy. Cut him. Get him out of here. Get him out. Done. Don't need him. Don't need that shit. These guys that can catch a ball. If you can keep Cheech and Chong, number 12, up there off the goddamn weed, which I don't know. It's been 3 weeks, and he hasn't failed a drug test yet, thank God. But here comes the off season. Who knows, Jack? What's going to happen with him? I don't know. I don't know. Jimmy Haslam has no clue. Happy New Year.